Hello, my name is Maria, and this is the first time I have ever recorded myself. So basically, I just wanted to talk about today. Like, I had all these ideas in my head of things to talk about last night, and then you wake up today, you don't write them down, and then you forget. But basically, so I started off with thinking about like the past year or two, how um, I just been looking for ways to kind of cope with things. I know we're all going through things in our life. And so, um, one of those things happened to be like sweets and like cookies, brownies, all that stuff. And so, um, I'm trying to cut down on that, but that's always been something that, I've kind of struggled with. And so, basically, I would be going to get cookies like every single week, sometimes twice a week. I've always kind of worked out, so that does help, and drank a lot of water. But um, it's just, yeah, like, it's just something kind of to distract us from like what's going on in the world. And, we're all going through things no matter what. Like, kind of background you have, or if you have a lot of money or you don't have a lot of money. It's just, I mean, it is difficult to kind of navigate and to figure out, kind of what you want to do in life and what is meant for you. I feel like we just kind of, we pick something that we want to do, and then we go do it, right? And then we're doing it for so long, and then we're like, okay, I kind of like it, I kind of don't, or I hate it. So it's just, I feel like at this point in my life, it's just better to focus on, what's actually going to make me happy. Like, society tells you whatever that, go to college or get a job, or like, or even now we live in an age where it's like, okay, social media is the future, get on social media and marketing and copywriting and all these things that sound kind of like, I mean, intimidating to me, just because like I've always been a service provider. So like, I've done hair, I've done healthcare, I've done real estate, like certain things that are just more hands-on, person related. So I'm just not really used to like the technical side of, getting online and downloading this app. And it's probably a lot easier than what I'm thinking it is. So that's why I'm starting here. Like today, I wasn't even going to do this, right? Like, I was like, oh, I gotta put makeup on, I gotta do hair. I it's like you come up, it's not really excuses, but you just come up with all these things that you're like, okay, I'm gonna do this first, I'm gonna do that first, then I'll be ready. And in fact, it's like, okay, I will never be ready. So, like, I'm just getting literally in front of the camera. I said for 15 minutes, like, we're at the we're at the 4 minute mark here, because I don't know if I'm gonna like this or not. I want to be consistent. That's the thing. Like, I get kind of bored easily, and I like to try different things. So, but it's like, okay, you should stick with something, get really good at it, because it takes sometimes years to get really good at something, and it's like, well, how are you going to know if you're good if you just up and leave and do something else? But that's the whole fear of missing out thing. You only live once. Life is short. It goes by so fast, and that's just kind of like how I see things. And so, I'm certain things that maybe you go back to, like for example, right? Like when you're a kid, you're growing up, like You don't really think too much. You just kind of do things. You go with it. You're pretty honest about things. And then when you get older, you've been taught kind of institutionalized, like that's maybe the wrong word, but like, you've been through so many things and you just know exactly how to do things, what way, almost like an act, right? So it's almost like you go back to your former self, like when you're a kid, and you're just like, what was I thinking? What did I like to do? You know, um, because, like me liking to do hair and stuff. I mean, I did. I had an interest in that. And then, I just felt like, okay, it's not really making enough money as I would like. However,